Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Je suis Cotalia Benson Monomatos de la Livre Le Manoutou, de la Croix Impériale Monomatos de la Livre. Bienvenue sur mon chat et bienvenue chez Conjure South et ConjureSouth.com. Welcome to Conjure South and ConjureSouth.com. Hello, everybody. Many blessings to everybody. Rich Rising, everybody. Pardon. Bonjour, ça passe? Aizen, Teacher Mama. Good morning. Gregory in the house. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So, of course, I must ask you if you are here watching to please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet, kind comment below, hit your notification or postification button here on YouTube, and most of all, share the video. Share the video. Hello, hello, my Instagrammers this morning. Y'all are in here. Instagram is out doing the tube. All right. Everyone's looking good this morning, feeling good this morning. So we must get started with the hoodoo homeroom roll call of the morning of it all. We got D Flo in the house, Joseph J in the house, Gregory in the house, Teacher Mama in the house, Jennifer in the house, Dr. Steph in the house, got Jay in the house, Aiza in the house, Ellen in the house, Witch Derek in the house. All right, so that's who we have on IG this morning. I mean, on YouTube this morning. Now, I can't do the same thing with everybody here on IG because, it constantly just moves up and up and up and up. So, who we got? Who we got? Who we got? We got Aaron in the house. Love Nicole in the house. IOU in the house. Somebody vibing in the house. Sweet XT in the house. Getting tea in the house. Breeze from me in the house. That's how it be in the house. Any hoodoos in the house? Are root workers in the house? Are my seers in the house? Or wannabeers in the house? All right. I'm always down in the house. Yes. This about, thank you. Okay, then. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So, just a couple of quick things that you may or may not want to know. Um, First and foremost, you all should have received at this point or should be receiving very soon because everything has been mailed out, your community services from September. We will be going over how to utilize all of those things. I'm gonna want to be on her way to gonna be. Hey, listen, at least be honest about it, Helen. Yes. Um. So root them up in the house. Yes, indeed. The perfume smells amazing. Nelly says. Good, good, good. I'm glad that you got le parfum à la maison. Oui. C'est bon, c'est bon. J'aime ça beaucoup, actually. And so that has been sent out, number one, and you should have that. Be prepared to, oh my goodness. Anyways, I want some moisture on my lips. I mean, they look fine, but I want a little bit of moisture. Um, that perfume is it. And I'm going to teach you how to use it efficiently and not to just overuse it and those things. Bonjour. Wanted to drop in. Gotta work. See you later. Merci beaucoup, ATL Shaker. Don't break her. In the hoodoo house. Don't take her. Getting word. Why she twerk. Okay. Do I need to take off my wig and apply my Noir Shot oil? No. You do not have to take off your wig. You can apply it to the back of your neck. You can also apply it to your hands, your items, your purse, your money, a variety of things. This is my first community service, and all the products is stunning, and I'm blessed and excited to be able to use these. Thank you so very much. I'm excited to also assist you with understanding how to actually utilize these spirits, these objects, these um, allies and tools, because efficiency is where it's at. You know, it doesn't matter that you have the best makeup in the world when you don't know how to apply it efficiently. Miss Eiffel in the house. So, yes. Um, hello, hello. Out of curiosity, are there any books offered on? Yes, we do have books. We do not have ebooks. It is not um Is no, we don't have ebooks. Are you actually Country South started out as a magazine. Is it next door or is it over here? I think it's next door. Um, because we fill it and everything, but we got two whole units in a commercial kitchen. But nonetheless, um, yes, getting shady in the house on this Wednesday in the house. So Um, but we started out as a magazine and it was an ebook, but we nixed that. But we do have books. We have Queen of Spades, Mama Mojo, um, Bad Medicine, Roots and Roosters, Southern Sirens, Demon Eyes, Heavens and High Magic, um, Wanga, Haitian Hoodoo, um, Blood of Bahariya, Mahia Mahia, and Shadows of Saints are the books that we provide. I guess I gotta be in that next community service. Didn't know about that. Yes. The next community service is a huge one. It's a big one. This is our annual rollout. Um, so good morning, Jessica. And I got them all like Pokemon. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Too funny. I don't know. What I have a question. If What is or was the biggest collection? Pokemon cards or Beanie Babies? Beanie Babies or Pokemon cards? Were you a Pokemoner or were you a Beanie Babyer? I would like to know. I would love to know. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You were a beanie? Okay. Now, were you a beanie? Like, were you like a beanie? Like, you actively went to go get them, or were you like a McDonald's beanie? Because then they used to put Beanie Babies like in like your Happy Meals or something. I can't remember. We have Beanie Babies. We got the Pokemon. We got both of them. Um, I think I still have 2 or 3 Beanie Babies somewhere. Oh, what were those other little things? They look like little gremlins. What were they called? They were another like another thing. I had a lot of the McDonald's beanies. Okay, Beanie Babies. Um, collector's item beanie. Yes, Furbies. Yes, not the troll dolls. The Furbies. Were y'all into the Furbies? Were you a Furby? Not the troll dolls, but the Furbies, because that was another like big situation. Who was a Furby? I vaguely remember them. I vaguely remember them. Furbies were the cutest. I really wasn't into any of this. I was more into like my little Annabelle dolls. I really was enjoying my little Chucky dolls. I also enjoyed my Megan M3 again dolls. I like doll babies, hoodoo dolls. Um, yeah, that was really more my vibe. Yes, of course, good guys. I prefer Furbies that didn't talk. Oh my gosh. Um, oh my goodness. Finally made it. Hello, Tranquil Pharmaceutical. Furbies got some heat when they would sound demonic. Baby, listen, I remember I ran across one Furby. I honestly thought it had a tracheotomy and it freaked me out. At that point, I knew then I had not to do the Furby. And I also was afraid to pour water on it because I knew it was going to multiply and turn into a whole gremlin. Let's be honest about this. Let's be real about this whole situation. I mean, um, our early 2000 economy was really setting us up for demonic overtake. So the demonic takeover. I'm with you on that one, Queen. I collected porcelain dolls. Yes, porcelain dolls. I actually love, honestly, collecting the just the faces. And I used to decorate my walls with them. But hey, we all have our no, we do have skeletons literally in the closet. But anyways, speaking of McDonald's, I still have a few of those Batman Forever glasses. Oh my goodness. 25 years ago? Baby, come on. Smithsonian of Mickey D's. Yes, indeed. My Furby would hatch eggs. Absolutely not. I don't think you had a Furby, my baby. It sounded like you had a platypus. That's not normal. I don't think they were supposed to do that. I don't think they were supposed to do that. Yes, through children toys. The demonic takeover through children toys. To the hell with porcelain dolls. Nope. Oh my goodness. So, anyways, let me also just go ahead and get into this, everybody, while you are here. This is our sunrise readings, and we're going to get into that in just a moment. But I do want to remind you guys that today, we do have the live Spellcast podcast. I need to communicate that a lot of the I won't say a lot. Some of the podcasts will not be available on Spotify. The first two or three live ones will not be available, or the first two ones. The last the last two or three will, and moving forward. But some of the conversations are so heavy that you only can get them if you are a member here on YouTube with the Spellcast podcast live. Now, Today's topic is going to be spiritual allies and witch familiars, giving you a breakdown of different spiritual allies, different witch familiars, some of the more popular and some uncommon witch familiars, understanding the difference between an ally and a familiar, um, and spirits you work with and things that work for you. So we're getting into all of that. And yes, please, 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 please give me a thumbs up if you're here on YouTube. Please tag somebody below. Please, please tell me thumbs up. Do 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 do. It's just hoodoo. You know you're in love. What you say? Roots all in the head. Hey, hey, hey. One more time. Why you trick me with hoodoo? Now I got your man. He acting foolish, all roots in his shoes. He acting foolish, that's what hoodoo do. He got them roots from his head to his toe. He didn't know it, but now you know. Hey, it's just hoodoo. You know you in love. Ha! You just hoodooed. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. Anyways, forgive me. Forgive me. She gets carried away. Will when do you start accepting applications for the institute? Next June. Next June. Next June, because the hoodoo class is only one time around. Yes, Hoodoo Tina. You better sing, Queen. Okay, Hoodoo. Yes. Oh, what song are you singing? I just made it up. We still got a whole discography. Madam Aphrodite and I actually do. One morning about 5:30, we did like your golden oldie hoodoo classics, like Turn Off the Lights and Set a Candle. These hoodoo classics. Da, 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 da. You know the infomercials. You know the infomercials. So, anyways, yes. Um, yes, anyways. I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna stay focused here. So, anyways, today we are doing our live spellcast podcast about spiritual allies, witch familiars, um, working with them, understanding them, so forth and so on. So I'm super, super excited about that. I also wanted to mention this, and I want to ask everyone here on YouTube this morning, how are we sounding? Is it clear? Is it staticky? Yesterday, I went back and listened to it, and it was the hottest mess. Very crinkly and all kinds of things. So we're trying to really figure out what the issues may or may not be. Of course, it could be streaming, it could be, and now I will say, um, Instagram, you're gonna always be crystal clear because of my mic here. People here on YouTube are saying static a bit. People say clear, audio is clear today. It's scratchy, very statically, but can hear. Um, just a little popping, but better. So we're trying to figure it out. And so for this reason, tomorrow I'm doing a free Hoodoo Q&A here on YouTube live, and it's going to be one part figuring out my auditory situation. We're going to play with some things, switch the mics. I'm going to need for y'all to be patient, but but um but that's going to be a thing, okay? So tomorrow, but tomorrow's Q&A will be my coven. It'll be a collective weekly check-in, but I'm also going to utilize that as my coven check-in. So virtual coven members, make sure that you're there. For my coven check-ins weekly, I actually go in about 15 to 30 minutes and I answer questions about things you're working on magically or spiritually within that week and so forth and so on, or just general spiritual questions that you may have. Not personal, but spiritual, working on things surrounding um your path. So I will make a post here on YouTube and a post on IG the time of that. I definitely need to get into your classes and attract the finances to get a computer to join your institute next June. I feel I need to be there. I would definitely suggest, you put forth that effort and things and taking the classes. And it's not just taking the classes. I'm not going to call this person out because I don't want people to be in their business. But there's a very close person to me. um, excuse me. Pardon-moi, je suis désolé. Ma chérie. Mi chérie, pardon-moi. Me. Pas ma, me. C'est plural. It's all of you. Um, there is someone, I will be at work all day tomorrow. I was wondering if I can DM a question on Instagram. I don't do any DMs. I don't DM, I don't PM, I don't AM, I don't Central Time, Eastern Time, Skittle Time, Demon Time, any of those things, because there are a lot of scammers and people that um, pretend to be me and they get people through their DMs and I honestly don't and will not. Um Maritime, okay then. Um so yeah, I will be making that post today regarding tomorrow's little meetup. But I just need for everyone to understand and please be kind to me tomorrow as we are trying to figure out this audio situation so y'all can hear me a lot better and clearer and all of those things. I will be announcing the next community service this up and coming weekend, and it is a big one. Now listen, I told you. Okay, so as I was mentioning, there's someone that's quite close to me who was introduced to me a while ago, and over the course of the years, 2 or 3 years at this point, of taking the classes, and they've always have had a job or whatever, or was able to do decently, I guess, perhaps. Um, Queen, what was in your coffee today? Some cinnamon, but it's not the coffee, it's the weather. It's gonna start raining and storming soon, and it always get me going. So, um, yeah. Um, so anyways, so this person has um, been very diligent in their spiritual investment with Conjure South, from classes to um, the Conjure Fete, working ritual weekends, all of these things, really understanding the difference between their ashe and customs, and being able to truly accept um, truth, and truly connecting to the source. Well, they show up just yesterday. They have been in the process of looking for new financial freedom, ability, and maturity. Okay. And was like, Queen, I've never had an issue with finding um, work and those kind of things. And I expressed to them, I said, look, and this is something that's super important that y'all need to understand. Sometimes rejection does in fact look like protection. But what I've understood it to be beyond protection is redirection. And so you get a note. So here, for example, So for example, you're moving like this. You're like, I'm coming over here to get what I want. And the ancestors go, bloop, no, bloop, no. Every time you continue to every time you try to move this direction, the ancestors push you over and over and over. Now let's see if my sound guy comes in upset with the audio. Um, I hope not, because we're just going to keep going. Um, and things. But anyways, what you'll find is you will be redirected, and they were redirected to an ability that has absolutely blessed them beyond measure. Yes, here on IG is going to be good. IG, we don't have an issue. Um, but that's what I was mentioning, is that tomorrow we're going to do a little audio testing and Hoodoo Q&A. Um, and and we're just talking right now, Apollonia. Nothing in particular. Um, so yes, I would. We're fine. Like I just literally mentioned that we will handle this tomorrow. So, um, so anyways, making sure that you are spiritually investing in your self, in your path, will in fact get you to that those those blessings, those financial blessings. That happened to my sister. She had a reading scheduled with you. She missed it. Then a scammer hit her up on IG. Her not knowing or being familiar, she thought it was you. And that is why I absolutely do not DM or PM or any of those things, for that reason. So there's no way you can say, Queen DM me. No, she didn't. First of all, I'm not going to reach out to you, period. I have someone else, for the most part, well, someone else checking my emails. That's not my ministry. It's not. Excuse me. Okay. One moment, please. I'm going to just take a little swig of this Aquafina. And this is not a paid ad. I like to drink off camera because I just don't think it's like really cute to drink. Like, it's just like not a thing. Jeez Louise. Ruby Tuesdays and Applebee's. All right, we got to get some tea going today. All right, everybody. Y'all ready to get into today's sunrise readings? All right. Use a straw. Well, using a straw is absolutely way more classy. But you know when you put a straw in a bottle, it sinks straight to hell. Queen is a dramatic Southern belle. I will not confirm or deny those accusations. Oh, thank you so much for being here and connecting. I greatly appreciate um, you being here and, just connecting. It's super important, to really know who you're getting information from. Um, you're so beautiful, Queen, absolutely stunning and bubbling over with femininity. You better slay, child. Thank you so very much. Thank you. All right. Good morning, Miss Jennifer Jolie. All right, loves. Let's get into it. So our first sign is, yep, that straw would be falling like it's been condemned to damnation. And it does. And there's nothing you can do. Bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va, Cliff? Comment ça va? Ou comment vas-tu? Oh, yes. Yes. Some people get really into like the, alkaline waters. And first and foremost, I'm going to tell you, y'all need to be a little bit more, or some of y'all need to be a little bit more aware of the truth to anything that is bought in a store. Not the glass straws. Haha. On my list. We'll get got today. um, Anything that's bought in a store, you can just about can guarantee that there is some form of preservative or processed um processed situation. Like, y'all aren't buying your spring water, your alkaline water in glass bottles. I don't believe. And maybe you got it. Maybe you got it like that. Maybe you are that girl. Maybe. And and if not, what plastic contaminants are in those alkaline water bottles? You know? Oh, trust and believe me. C'est va bien, merci à vous. I ran to the Wally World last night and got my clove oil and my honey syrup and the tea because these people think they're going to see. I was going to make a reel today. And I wasn't, I may do 2 reels. I was going to do a magical reel for you guys, a little cute spell for you. But I really want to do this, another tea that I absolutely enjoy. Were you all able to make the star tea? Waking up feeling like new money, hoodoo money, root money. true money, rich money, switch money, giving money, and a honey, like a bee or like a queen, like a bee, says she mean. The star tea is damn good, Gregory said. Star tea, chef kiss. Mwah. So I may do another tea today. I may do another tea today. I may do both. The tea was delicious. Queen, I don't like any kind of milk, so I made it with water and just added the tiniest splash of oat milk, and that's perfectly fine. You can do that, and honestly, there are some teas I will show you that we make. There's a very specific tea that I do with onion and orange, and it's literally just a capful. It's tea, or it almost like essentially broth in a way. Um, and I just do a cap full of milk, and it does all the things it was supposed to do. Is there a chance you may be making breathing oil again? Yes, you are. I promise you. That has been. This is why, in fact, we had to make this move. Um, because I have been instructed and I have been very much guided to stepping deeper into my healing role. Not putting the magic away, but my community needs physical healing. And so the remedies are coming back. And in fact, what I want to do, I'm probably going to start another YouTube channel that is nothing but root work, herbology. That's it. That's it. Yo, I apologize. I do apologize. However, however, um, I feel my lips are as dry as my throat. And for those wondering, this is Revlon Nude Fury. The breathing oil is a respiratory oil. It opens up your sinuses. It eliminates sinus bacteria and infection. It is something that you can put on in the shower. I normally put mine on before I go to bed. I do nose, behind the ears, throat, chest, and up under my feet. In that order. Lip balm, lipstick, then gloss. Yes, indeed. And this is from Emmy award-winning makeup artist Savvy Savvy Star Beauty here. So make sure you guys follow. Bonjour, Marcel. Where do you learn to read playing cards? I learned my first um my first experience and introduction to playing cards was by my great grandma when I was about 6. And we learned, first and foremost, understand this in my household, if you did not know, if you were not gifted with the ability to see, you were not allowed to read for the community. You had to be gifted with the ability to see, not the ability to divine, because anybody can learn to divine, but you are only born with the ability to see. And so, that being said, um, when I was 6, we begin again. Everyone knows that I'm of French descent, like from France, not a person of color growing up in a French territory, but my descendants are from Toulouse and Marseille. Okay. Um, but anyways, that being said, there were playing card games that um playing card games that were that we were taught to build a trust in our seership ability, okay, of seership ability, our psychic ability. But through that, we also began to learn um, cartomancy with the playing cards. So that was my first experience with cards, playing cards before tarot. Okay. Oh wow, that sounds beautiful. Something could definitely benefit from. All right. Um. So literally, Aizon, I am literally the physical queen of my lineage of Hoodoo, Obia, and Grigri. My family is literally spiritual royalty, like it or not, and recognized as such through um, palaces out of Africa, as well as lineages spread out through Europe, the West Indies, and here in America. My family has always been known before America was America, before Alabama was Alabama, in this particular space of authority within the space. So this is all that I know. This is how I've um, this is it. This is first, everything else comes second. So let us get into now. Listen, we done all this talking today. We've done all this talking today, and I actually have a meeting in 10 minutes. So I'm actually going to be reading our playing cards today. And these are the Hoodoo Omen playing cards. You can get them at conjuresouth.com. I need to start trying to figure out how to get my things on Amazon for those that may be interested and not interested in coming to the website. But otherwise, um, and yes, and there are videos in which I have shown receipts, and I mean, my students have met kings and queen mothers and other individuals that my family is connected to, and so forth and so on. Um, I have the receipts, my indigenous receipts of Queen Nancy de la Live Le Ranadu. Um, and I've shown those things, especially for those that wish. I'm not talking about anybody here, but if you know, you know. For those that love to pose as indigenous or pose as traditional spiritual um and things. I'm digging more into my history to see if there's any spiritual ties doing with the royalty. But why? You know, like for example, I do know, for example, for like Madame Aphrodite, she also literally is a descendant from indigenous people here and has the receipts as well. But um the spiritual royalty aspect of things, why? Um I tell people, people think, oh, well, I'm going to be a goddess. I'm going to be a queen. Honestly, it provides more responsibility and obligation um, than anything, to be very honest, is what it really does. Um, Spiritual royalty does not make you powerful. It doesn't. You may be powerful, but it doesn't mean that you actually are. Um, because your abilities are your abilities. You may be tied to spiritual royalty, but maybe only as a seer and not a conjurer. Or maybe it wasn't spiritual and it was actually um medicinal, and you just come from straight up badass healers. And that's also wonderful as well. Um, but the royal receipts, um, even if you discovered, then what? Then what? Um, there's just so much. Um, but now we have less time. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept. And I also tell people too, a lot of people think, being a king or a queen, not in a spiritual sense, is like the thing, right? But if you are in fact royal, not spiritual royalty, because that's different, which is why a lot of people, so for example, like the Pope does not live like the king and queen of England, but also culturally, spiritual royalty in Africa does not look like European spiritual royalty. So people are like, well, if you're spiritual royalty, then why don't it look like this? Why ain't you got that? Da, da, da. Different civilizations, different cultures. But when you're dealing with the political um, government correspondences in in monarchy and those things, um, you are king or queen because you killed out, stole out, raped out, um, scammed out of a community and put yourself in charge and demanded it. Is what that is. That is truly what that is. I'm gonna be a guy to shake my head heavy and heavy as a head child. But no, here's what people also my grandma told me this. Hell, I don't know if we're gonna get to the sunrise reading today. I'm gonna have to reach out to my meeting and let them know I'm gonna be behind. But the truth is this: when people even talk about, oh, where's your goddess energy? Where's your goddess energy? Please, yes, yes. Be the goddess in you, divine goddess energy. Where's the divine God masculine energy? Da, 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 da. And people try to align that with divine femininity. And it's not. To be honest, my grandma told me very young, I think I was about 10 years old, she said, Mère Chérie, every goddess has her journey. Y'all, Oshun, for example, the goddess Oshun has 7 different life paths. One of her paths, she was a whore. Is that the goddess energy you attracting? Oshun alone has another life path where she was dirty, had to scrub her whites in the river. Is that the goddess energy? Because you just can't choose what goddess energy you're going to give or be. When you talk about I am a goddess, are you? Are you though? Do you really know what that means? Where are we going to do with that information is a real question. Exactly. What you gonna do with it? Who's gonna listen to it? Who's gonna accept it? Even if it is accepted, then what? Today, being any form of royal, to be honest, is difficult, whether it's spiritual or not. And it's like, do you think you want to become involved, but then when your household is poisoned, literally poisoned, um, I don't know if it's really worth it. Most people will tell you no, especially spiritually, not even as a royal, but just as a priest or being called religiously, it just normally isn't worth it. Um, there's a membership for the YouTube, yes. Um, Goddess of the pit of hell, what you say? Struggle, glorify the sex goddess, yes. Um, how much progress have you been able to make with your research, Aphrodite? Um, even when choosing to follow your calls and listen to what you have been told to do is heavy. I mean, yes, and that's just on a regular daily basis, right? Okay, let's get into this. Air signs. Air signs, nous avons pas de main. Air signs, if you're in the house, please open your mouth and let us know that you're here. All right, so air signs, you get the ace of clubs. The ace of clubs. The ace of clubs communicates The Ace of Club communicates that everything that happens in this day, today, was designed for you at your conception. You cannot turn it, you cannot flip it, you cannot work it, turn it or reverse it. It is truly what it is. But what it is are, or what they are, the events are life lessons. Everything that happens to you today was built for you at your conception so that you may elevate. Okay? So that you may elevate. So make sure that you absolutely receive that. Water signs. Water signs, the King of Hearts. I love these cards. The King of Hearts. The King of Hearts communicates today you must move with emotional maturity, but also tap into that paternal, protective, emotional intelligence. Um, a lot of people really amplify, again, just going back to the conversation of being a goddess, being a queen, um, femininity. Um, it is important to understand the imperativeness, the significance of duality and harmonization of both and let me make this part clear. It is truly not feminine energy versus masculine energy. It is actually dominant energy versus nurturing energy, more direct approach to a more softer approach, because this whole masculine versus feminine energy is actually another social construct. And I'm not going to pin it on European social construct because a lot of people love to do that. But the truth is, there are even some spaces quite in Africa today and in the past that became more patriarchal in that approach. In West Africa alone, spiritually, West Africans, the gifts are passed down, and this is traditional and this is factual through the men. Now, that is just what it is. That does not mean they rule, it means they have the gifts. But as history tells us, and we well do know, the most successful civilizations have been ran by females. Um, And so you think about that female, and here we go. Conversation y'all don't want to have. Conversation you don't want to have, but I'm about to mention it. I'm gonna let you sit on it. I'm gonna let you sit on this, okay? You're not about to like what I'm about to say. So tag your people so they can cancel me or whatever. All right. But here's the thing. A lot of us women, a lot of we women struggle in our lives because we are moving based off of the social construct and ideologies of what a man is supposed to do for us, how they should be providing for us. Um, and and this thing of um nice to meet you, Koala Queen. I'm so happy that you are a new member. But let's just go to the facts of life. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all think you are connecting. No, you're just projecting that you are connecting. But I guarantee you're not connecting. Because if you truly were connecting to that space of divinity and that space of natural alignment and true alignment, lions, the lioness is the hunter. The lioness is the nurturer. The lioness is bald head. The male, full 180% density lace front. Lay around. Who's going to feed me? Touch me. Let's touch. Okay? Birds, cardinals, peacocks, you name it. The bright, fancy, prancing, that's the man. Out of here, shaking it, try not to break it. Yes, Shantae, you stay. You, in fact, better sissy that walk. It's very interesting in the natural world that the men, in fact, the males, in fact, work for the woman. He is trying to get her attention. She out here working for the money. She builds the nest. She builds the home. She gets the food for the babies when they come here, not the other way around. And this is the natural order. But can you receive that? So just think about how many individuals, and here's the thing about it. Here's the real thing about it, okay? We all possess both elements, direct, soft. And direct does not mean aggressive. Direct does not mean aggressive. Direct does not mean aggressive. Stop aligning direct, more firm, stricter approaches as a toxic masculine trait. Aggressivity is something you find from some raggedy mamas and raggedy females. They are insecure and immature. Just as you find this with males. It's not a masculine, feminine thing. That's a personal issue. Okay. And so it's super important. Lovely fact in South Sudan, men hold hands with truth. Men hold hands. This true and so humbling. Thank you, ancestors. Is is talking time over here. Yes, indeed. And so The truth without grace, brutal, brutal reality it is. And so here the thing about it. The thing is, um, a human issue. Love this. It is. It truly is. And so you have to understand that we, as a being, possess all of these elements. Now, what you choose through personal development, you are able to operate out of both spaces easily. Now, that's the beautiful thing about. I'm gonna talk about this on my other podcast, the Kotalia Kiss Crew podcast. I'm gonna get into this, but the importance of understanding the duality and harmonization of you in a relationship, because there are times when your man does need to catch your attention. Oh yes, oh yes, you better believe it. That lineup best to be clean. You better smell better than you look. Absolutely. You want something. You want a little, yes. All I'm saying is, what are you doing? And so you may say, oh, that's a little spicy. That's a little, you've been a little sassy. No. In the natural world, that's what he would do. If he was a lace front wearing lion or a prancing peacock, that's what he would do. Don't take that as you being spicy or whatever. You go, okay, I see you. I'm catching what you're throwing. Okay. There's that. And then those are going to be those moments where you as the female absolutely go, yes, I am the woman. I am this particular thing. So yes, I will go out and get the food. If you are here, and you got to understand your dynamics of your relationship. Know your dynamics of your relationship. Okay. Because he could clean while you are working. You could clean while he is nurturing the child. He could give you a little bit more physical pleasure for the eye, a little hip, a little thigh, to communicate intimacy or whatever the situation may be. But you have to understand the dynamic of your relationship and understanding that it's not you being feminine, you're being masculine. Is understanding that we both hold these elements and energies and traits, and that they flow and move and they constantly. So when you're in this one space, I am in the other. When you're in one space, when I'm in one space, you are in the other. And it goes that way, and it changes from finances to intimacy to nurturing the body physically, to nurturing the body intimately, to mental, your mental space, so forth and so on. And it goes, and that's where it is. But it is in the moment that you stick that ideology that you're supposed to be that, and I am going to be this. At that moment, you've created your own storm and complaining about the rain, my love. So I say this because it's super important for you, and a lot of people don't. TikTok got people delusional. They really do. They really do. Okay, really do, because this thing of I'm going to be a soft girl. Be soft to yourself. That does not mean, okay, that does not mean that my life is so soft that I cannot do this and I won't do that. Even the efforts, that energy of I'm going to be a soft girl, that in fact, that I am going to do it, I got to do it, is the energy that you're supposed to have no matter what it is. But but don't chastise and penalize your man, or that masculine presenting, or that more dominant idea that you consider your other half to be nothing but that. Otherwise, it's not going to work. is not going to work because your stubbornness, and is not going to work because he cannot be all elements of himself. Does that make sense, everybody? Very much missing out on their blessings. So there's that. Fire signs. We get the Jack of Hearts. The Jack of Hearts literally communicates that we have to allow things that happen today with a more clear, um, with emotional maturity, allow things to mature, do not respond and react immature today, but also under giving space and opportunity for growth. We will be presented with new opportunities, new individuals, new um, um, situations, circumstances, ideas, etc. But we need to make sure that we absolutely are giving space and time for growth, evolution before responding with a no, a dismissal, a rejection, etc. And last but not least, earth signs. We get the Five of Diamonds. The Five of Diamonds communicates to everyone that we have to make sure, or you need to make sure, that you are approaching this day with logic and rationale. Do not get caught up in your emotions. Don't be emotionally heightened or fearfully motivated. If you had to give advice on a situation today, on whatever situation that may present itself, whatever challenges, to a friend, take that advice. Take that exact advice, okay? Everybody, I do apologize that it took so long to get to the readings. I do hope you are okay with this. I think this conversation and things that come up here and other things were valid and important. I hope that it at least provided some kind of joy or food for thought or different um possession or position in your perception. I would love to encourage you to please do follow my personal page as we are getting ready to gear up the Cotalia Kids Crew podcast again, because I would love to also hear your feelings and your thoughts on this space of masculinity, femininity within the spaces of relationships. What's toxic, what's not toxic, because I know a hell of a lot of toxic females. I do, but you don't hear about toxic femininity as much as you hear about toxic masculinity. And yes, there are very toxic males, and then it is the conversation of the individuality of that, and then the coming together of those things. So I would love to hear your feelings and your thoughts on these things. If you resonate with what I said, if you disagree with what I said, I would love to just hear. And a lot of times the disagreements do not come from facts of the larger scope of things, as it comes from disagreements of personal experience. So there's that. I'm ready to be a conscious south. I'm loving this. Um yes, many blessings, everybody. I thank you so very much for today. Thank you for my new members. I look forward to seeing y'all in the podcast today. Podcast today is, I was like, what is that? It was a trailer. Podcast today we are discussing live. And you can, if only you are a member, we will be discussing spiritual allies and witch familiars, what they are, how to deal with them, work with them, etc. A little bit of history on them and all of those things. Many blessings, everyone. Have a great one. Thank you so very much for being here. See you next time. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.